Yo, what's happening, people? Okay, let me put this light on. It's a little bit dark with that light off. Yo, how's everybody doing today? It is... One second. It is the 25th of July, 2022 right now. 6 minutes past 7 p.m. right now. Monday right now. It is movie night right now. We're about to watch The Craft right now. Wagwan, people, wagwan. How's everybody doing today? This fine and lovely Monday. Listen, let me show you guys something. I ain't know how much y'all be able to see, but let me show y'all. If I could tip it just a little bit. This is Brenda. Brenda sprouted. There's three. There's one, two, and there's one in the over here in the corner. I don't know if you can see. It's right in the corner. It's a small one. That might be the wrong way to show actually. But right in the top corner, might be difficult to see. Just there. But yeah, Brenda sprouted. I don't know if there's gonna be more sprouts because you know with the Brenda's a California poppy, which is a wildflower, so you spread the seeds along the whole bed. I mean, I tried to space them out a little bit because the last time I did it, I think they were way too close together and they just end up getting too tangled. So although you should, you know, they're gonna grow all wild whatever, but I tried to spread them out a bit. And yeah, this is how they are so far. But only 3 sprouted, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But only 3 sprouted. Maybe more sprout later. You know, we'll see. But let me show you this as well. That's a tiny. This might be really difficult to see actually. But this is Frederick. Frederick has sprouted as well, but it's real tiny. I don't know if it was show on camera, but yeah, it's real. If you can see that green line, just about there, that tiny little green line, yeah. Frederick has sprouted. Frederick is a Chinese elm bonsai. Bonsai trees can take a long time to grow, take a lot of care. But he sprouted, man. He sprouted. The only one that hasn't sprouted yet is Nazir. Though I feel like Nazir might not because I know I planted Nazir out of season. Nazir is a nurse tertium. You're supposed to plant them before March. I did not do that. It was planted in July, so way late. But I only planted one as well. So you're actually supposed to plant 2 at a time, but I only planted 1. So it's kind of an experiment. But it's been, what's it, 9th of July, so what's that, about 2-3 weeks-ish? It might still sprout, you know, it might still sprout. They say 14 to 28 days, so, you know, it might still sprout, but, we'll see. In the meantime, it's just keeping the soil moist. So, let me make sure they are moist, give it a little squirt. Make sure they're moist. Getting lots of water. I might have to get a what do you call it? A UV lamp actually. At some point. I mean, I don't think there's any rush to get a UV lamp, but I might have to get a UV lamp, especially like. I mean, we've got some sun now. We got some sun now, but it's not always like this in the London, England. So I might have to get a UV lamp maybe in the coming months or so for say when the winter times are here. So I can try and get as much UV as possible through the lamp, if not from the natural sun. But yeah, that's stuff to worry about later, methinks. I don't think I need to worry too much about that right now. But yeah, man, I'm just it's just cool that they sprouted, you know, and just taking care of them from here, especially with the Chinese elm, because it's like they take a long time to grow. Like the ones you see in Karate Kid. They take maybe about 5 years to get to that point, maybe even longer, depending on the species of bonsai. The ones in Karate Kid are juniper bonsais. I don't know how long they specifically take to grow, But yeah, they on average, I was reading that bonsais can take about 5 years to get to that kind of height. They can get taller than that depending on how you grow them and which species of bonsai. But to get to that sort of small height that you see in Karate Kid, that sort of height there, that can take maybe 5 years or so, maybe even longer. So yeah, a long time, a lot of care. But yeah, Frederick has spouted, yo, Braxton! Wagwan, Braxton, how you doing? Big up for coming through. How's you and your crew? I was just talking about my bonsai tree before we start the movie. We're watching a craft today on Netflix. So get it ready on Zero if you've got Netflix. Yeah, by the way, if you to watch along, if you get it ready on Zero, it's on Netflix, or if you got it on DVD or Blu-ray, just get it ready on Zero. If you don't have access to the movie, that's cool. You can still stay up, come along and have some fun, you know. So no, I need to keep adjusting this every time because I swear for whatever reason, by default, it doesn't show me all the text. But yeah, there we go. Yo, Wagwan Brax, how you doing? Craft today, 1996. We watched quite a few 90s movies lately, haven't we? I think the last few movies were 90s movies. So yeah, we got the Craft. This is starring Firuza Bulk, Robin Tooney, Rachel True, and Nev Campbell. But how's you, man? How's everybody doing today? As we get ready. The crew of me, myself, and I is good enough to be expected. Oh, that's good. That's good. Sometimes it's the little things that you just gotta be grateful for. I think sometimes, not even sometimes, I think a lot of times as people, as humans, and myself included when I say this, we're not always grateful for the little things, you know. Sometimes we're always grateful for the little things, and so I think it's important to be, you know, even the things that are just supposed to happen, you know what I mean? Even the things that you're just supposed to happen, there's nothing necessarily special or about them, it's just the random everyday things. I think it's still important to be grateful for those things as well, because anything that works in your favor, no matter how small or how normal it may be, just anything, big or small, you know, we should show a little gratitude towards that. So yeah, sometimes it's just good to note that, you know what, I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. And I ain't doing too badly as well either, actually. I'm hoping to go on holiday maybe by December or in December. I want to book a few days. I need a holiday, methinks, actually. I really need a holiday because I haven't been abroad. When I say holiday, by the way, I mean like going abroad type holiday, because I haven't been abroad for like maybe 6-7 years, maybe longer. I think the last time I went abroad was I went to Stockholm in Sweden, and I was there for a few days. Well, actually that's not quite true. The last time I went, I was there for I think about a day or two, but I did go maybe a few months prior to Stockholm, and then I was there for about a week. So I've actually been to Stockholm twice on 2 separate occasions within maybe a few months of each other. Not actually more than that, maybe about 5-6 months of each other. But yeah, that was the last time I went abroad, was to go to Stockholm. But that's years ago now, that's 7 years ago, and since then I've been like, I mean, I'm not one of these guys that travels like everywhere. Like, you know, some people like always seem to be on the go. I'm not that guy. I'm not trying to be that guy, but I do like to travel. I do like to see as much of the world as I can. And I've been fortunate enough to go to a few places during my lifetime, but I just haven't been anywhere for the longest time. And yeah, man, I wanted to go abroad before the pandemic struck. I wasn't really fully planned out. Nothing was paid for, nothing was actually booked. But it was more just getting some money together and going somewhere. I was planning on going to, I think it was Germany was like at the top of my list of places to go to, like going to Berlin, but it just never happened. The pandemic hit, lost money, everything just kind of turned upside down. And, you know, since then I've just been in like save money mode, which, you know, not strictly speaking a bad thing, but it can take its toll on you in terms of you're not really doing some of the things that you want to be doing, turning down a lot of stuff because it's like, oh, you've got to think about what it costs and this, that, and the other. And so it's a lot of saving and not a lot of just living your life. And I'm at a point where I'm like, you know what? I know I still need to save money for various things that I still want to do. But whilst doing that, I think I need to take me a holiday. So I was looking at places that I can get to that I can go to for maybe say 5 days or so, and do that relatively cheaply because I don't want to spend too much money. You know what I'm saying? And at the moment, I'm looking at Pakistan. Looking at going to Karachi in Pakistan. I've never been to Pakistan before. I guess I kind of know somebody, but not really, you know, over there. But, you know, maybe we'll hook up and hang out a little bit. So let's say meet up rather than hook up. Hook up might mean something else. Hook up might mean something else. Let me say meet up and keep it a PG. But yeah, maybe we'll meet up and I'll get to know a bit better then. But it's something that I'll know through stuff, but I don't really know because I've never actually met her. But yeah, I've wanted to go to Pakistan and India and for a while. So yeah, I'm thinking go Pakistan. Could do that pretty. I mean, it's not cheap. Nothing's cheap, but you know, could do that relatively low cost. And yeah, man, it'd be good to go abroad and experience a completely different culture for a few days, and then yeah, we'll go from there. Hope the forecast comes through. Weekend need some storms. Okay, you got storms coming down, but you're hoping for storms. Okay, well, hopefully the storms ain't too bad, because, hey, no, that's a movie, but never watched it. The one with the short hair was in America History X. I think you're talking about Faruza Bulk. Let me just double check that real quick, because I can't remember. I think she has a small part in American History X. Let me just double check, but that's who I think you was talking about. Let me see here. Yes, Faruza Bulk. Yeah, it was Faruza Bulk. So yeah, Faruza Bulk, she's in The Craft and she's in American History X. So now there's a large amount of anti-blackness in the Desi, Punjabi, Arab world. I mean, yeah, I mean, there's... that's everywhere I go, right? That's everywhere I go, you know what I mean? It's just everywhere. I mean, I'm not saying that makes it okay, of course, it doesn't. But, you know, I'm not going to not go to a place for that reason when it's like that's literally where I live, you know what I mean? That's like, that's every day where I live, you know? So, yeah. That is normal life for me. So, that's not going to put me off. I mean, the way I see it is like, not to say this makes it okay or that I want things to happen, of course not, but bad shit happens everywhere. You know what I mean? Whether you're at home or abroad, bad shit happens everywhere. And I just feel like, for me, it's just, I know that I'm going there with, well, God willing, I'll be going there with good intentions. You know, it's not going to be for a while, so hopefully nothing in my mind changes between now and then. But, you know, going there with good intentions, I'm going there to cause trouble or anything like that. And if it so happens that somebody approaches me in an off way, then I'm just gonna try and deal with it as best as I can, and you know, hopefully it's yeah. But if it isn't, then it just is what it is. It just is what it is. But I mean, I feel like the fear of bad things happening shouldn't stop you from doing the things you want to do. You know what I mean? Because you only get one life, and I'd rather do the best I can with that life than worry about not doing something because I was scared this might happen. So for me, it's just like, do it, hope for the best, prepare for the worst, but whatever happens, happens, you know? You need to deal with it as best as you can, if indeed you can. But yeah, that's a lot of the world right now. Anti-blackness, racism, all that stuff, that's a lot of the world. But if I were to go to one of those places due to me being black American, they'll see me having a coolness, badass factor. They just might. They just might. They might be looking at you like, do you know Wesley No, do you know Will Smith? I guess Will Smith's a cool guy now. Is he the cool guy? I don't know who the cool guy is. Do you know The Rock? Are you friends with Kevin Hart? Can you get me in your American movie? Maybe you should do that. Maybe you should rock up at Karachi or maybe New Delhi or Bombay or somewhere like that. One of them places. Maybe you should just rock up there and be like, put some sunshades on, looking like Wesley Snipes out of Blade. Maybe you should do that. Yo, Alan. Wagwan Al, how's it going for you? I'm doing all right. Just talking a little bit about my plants. They've sprouted. Well, some of them have sprouted. A couple of them have sprouted. One still hasn't. And also talking about possibly, hopefully, God willing, booking a holiday to Pakistan in December. There's a few things we got to do though. Like I've got to get a visa, and I've got to get a a proof of vaccination. But I'd have to do those later because of if you do it too early, then you end up having to do it again, right? So those I have to do a little bit later. But yeah, there's a couple of things I got to get. But yeah, hopefully those could come through with not much, if any, issues. But yeah, that's the plan. Pakistan in December. It was different between Black Brits and Black Americans. I be this something in your face and Mumbai hit my head. I ain't never been Mumbai, but I was thinking of a joke. It didn't quite come out. I ain't never been Mumbai, but if I ever go, I'll say Mum. Bye. There you go. There you go. I ain't never been Mumbai, but if I was to go, I'd be like, Mom, bye. Sam's not coming, actually. Mr. Evans, Sam is not coming today. Sam has got something far more interesting to be doing today. But yeah, she won't be in the stream today. Maybe, I don't know if I'm going to be streaming again this week. I mean, it is the plan to stream again this week. Maybe on Thursday, I do a game stream. Or I don't know, maybe if I could do like a car stream or something like that. But yeah, Sam may not be in the, well, it's not in the stream today, and probably won't be in the stream, any streams during this week if I do any others this week. So yeah, she's got some important stuff to take care of. I won't say what, because I don't know if she wants me baiting out her business, but I mean, I doubt it'd be a problem for me to say it, but just in case, let me not bait out her business. So but yeah, she won't be in the stream today. Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City movie is a live action. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. I saw the comment. I'm sure I've heard of it though. Like, I guess I haven't seen it, but I'm sure I've heard of it. But yeah, no, I likes the Resident Evil on Netflix, the series, and Brax, actually, if you like I think you like horror and things like that, so I think you might enjoy it as well. If you ain't seen the Resident Evil series, then you might enjoy that. What up, Jakes? Wagwan. Wagwan, Jacob. How is ya? I'm just gonna search real quick. Resident Evil. What's it called again? Welcome to Raccoon City. Because I'm pretty sure I've heard of it. I thought it was an animated movie, but apparently not. But I'm pretty sure I've heard of it. Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City came out in 2021, so last year. It's R-rated. Oh, this was a cinema release, okay. This was a proper movie then. Not just like one of these Netflix movies. This was an actual proper movie. Donald Logue is in it. Okay. I don't know if you know about Donald Logue, but yeah. Neil McDonough's in it. Ooh, okay. They got a few actors that have piqued my interests. I can't say I've heard of most of them, but I'm kind of out of the field when it comes to a lot of the newer actors, to be fair. Out of the loop when it comes to a lot of the newer actors, but okay. McDonald Log, no McDonald. All right, all right, all right. I might have to check this out at some point. I might have to check this out. Doing great. Awesome. Yeah, I was just talking about my plants. Some of my plants are sprouted, which is really cool. I'm going to keep watering them, making sure the soil's moist and things like that. And I might have to get a UV lamp at some point. And also talking about booking a trip to Pakistan. That's my plan. I mean, it's not booked yet, and there's still like steps to go through because you got to get visas and that sort of thing. But that's the plan, to go Pakistan in December for a few days. If you haven't learned some Pakistani language, you might have to know where you are. Yeah, no, that's for sure. I'm gonna have to. I don't think I have to learn. I mean, I guess the more you learn, the better, right? When it comes to going to countries where English isn't native language. I mean, I know quite a lot of the population do speak English there, so I shouldn't be completely lost. They most likely speak English better than I do, quite frankly. But yeah, I think just when you go to another country, it's always a good idea to at least try and learn some of their language, just out of the general respect, you know, for going there. And like I try to do that British thing where you turn up in places and be like, do you speak English? Like I ain't trying to do that. I ain't trying to do that. So yeah, I'm gonna have to try and learn at least some basic, say, conversational level. I should probably know what the language is called, because I know it's not called Pakistani. It's not. I think it's Urdu they speak in Pakistan. So let me check that real quick. Which language? I'm pretty sure it's called Urdu. Which language do they speak in Pakistan? Okay, let's see here. Okay, Punjabi. It's Punjabi. Is an Indo-Aryan language primarily spoken in the Punjab province of Pakistan. Oh wait, so that's the Punjab province of Pakistan. Okay, so Pakistan is a multilingual country with dozens of languages spoken as first languages. Majority Pakistanis languages belong to the Indo-Iranian group of the Indo-European language family. Urdu. Okay, so Urdu is Urdu is a national language and lingua franca of Pakistan. And while sharing official status with English, it is the preferred and dominant language used for intercommunication between different ethnic groups. Okay, so there's lots of languages spoken in Pakistan, but Urdu is, I guess, the main language spoken other than English. Okay, cool. I is understanding that. Solid watching Resident Evil series. Okay, nice. Yeah, I enjoyed it. What do you think of it so far, Jake? Can I ask why Pakistan? Yeah, I've always quite wanted to go that region, like India, Pakistan. It just always looked cool. And when I was looking at places to go to, because pretty much since the pandemic, or even before pandemic, really, but mainly since the pandemic, I've been in kind of like save money mode, you know, because I lost quite a bit of money during the whole lockdown and everything. So I've been in very much a save money mode, and I've been doing that so much that I feel like, you know what I mean, you kind of need a mental break from it. At the same time, I don't want to spend too much money, right? And Pakistan seems to be, when I was looking around, Pakistan seems to be a place that I can go to for about, say about 5 days, and it won't cost ridiculous amounts to get a flight and hotel and things like that. So I can go there for a good while, relatively, I don't want to say cheap, but, you know, relatively low cost, without feeling like I just spent half my savings, you know what I mean? So, that's kind of why. Not the only reason, of course. Like I said, I've always wanted to go to Pakistan, and yeah. But that's amongst the reasons why I'm choosing it, because it's somewhere I can go to. Because I was looking at some other places were like £1,000 and stuff like that. You know, Pakistan, I could maybe do for like sort of 500-600. So it's like, all right, cool. I feel I could do that. I could 500-600 for like 5 days. That's calm. I can do that. I could do that. Everything took its ass back to Raccoon City. I got plans to eventually go to other places, but I'm not counting on it much. Well, if you got plans, that's you're halfway there. You know, everything starts with a plan, and if you got plans, that's plural. I'm just saying. Is Hindu Indian? I'm not sure. Hindu, I believe, is Indian, but I can double check because, you know, probably wanna don't want to be too ignorant in certain things. So yeah, which language is spoken in India? I think India probably speaks multiple languages as well. Hindu might be the predominant language, but yeah, multiple languages spoken in India as well. Apparently there's 22 official languages in India. But yeah, Hindi rather, not Hindu, but Hindi is the prevalent. Hindu, I guess, is the religion rather than the language. So Hindi would be the language that is most prevalent in India. Pakistani speaks Urdu, Punjabi. However, the hell Urdu is spelled. But don't care. Well, I mean, you should care. Spelling. It helps to communicate things. If you're writing stuff down, but yeah, you spelled it correctly. URDU. That's how I've seen it spelt. Seen it. Played all the Resident Evil games, so I'm very familiar with the plot, and this series has deviated away from the gameplay completely, but there are a few references to the game. Yes, no, definitely. That's my take. I haven't played all the games, but yeah, I feel like I've played enough to know that it's doing its own thing. It's doing its own thing. How many episodes have you watched so far? I just want to be careful I don't say anything that you haven't seen. Yeah. Religion is Hindu, language is Hindi. Yeah, I'm only the 3rd episode. Okay, so still close to the beginning. I guess nearly halfway through, actually, to be fair. Episodes to reserve judgment until I've watched it in entirety, but so far, so I'm so with it. Cool. Yeah. I won't give anything away, but yeah, I enjoyed it, so I'd say it's worth sticking through. No, that's all right. I mean, if you type in error, made a mistake, it's all good. I mean, if you put Hindu instead of Hindi, sorry, man. Not a problem. Not a problem. In India, other languages, English included, is spoken yet. Only 3 episodes. Yeah, there's 8 episodes. Is it 8 episodes in total? Yeah, 8 episodes in total. So, nearly halfway through. I guess you're about. I was going to say a 1/3 the way through, but that's not quite accurate. Anyway, it doesn't matter. 3 episodes in. 3 episodes in. And yeah, so far so good. Cool. All right. It is the craft today. So yeah, if you haven't already, get it ready on 0. About to press play in a moment or two. It is on Netflix. Or if you got it on DVD or Blu-ray. For some reason, I'm having issues with mine. What's going on? What's going on? Why can't I start this? Craft. Why am I getting an error code when I'm trying to start it? Gotta get it ready. Cool. What is going on? What is going on? Is Netflix on drugs or something? Why it won't let me get it ready? Oh, okay. Let me close this down. Try this again. Okay. Oh, you know, I don't know what's going on, but it won't let me start the film. It's giving me some mad error message. Is anyone else getting error messages on Netflix? Because I'm getting error messages on Netflix. And I do not know Wizai. Man. How many times are we going to have problems on these live streams, though? How many times are we going to have problems on live streams? Oh, flipping heck. It's called The Craft. The Craft. Ish. Alright, let me try a different browser. It might be a browser issue. It might be okay. It might be a browser issue. If your Netflix is okay, and for whatever reason mine isn't, it might be a browser issue. So I'm gonna switch browsers. I don't want the shop. What the hell? Oh, flipping hell, what's going on here? Okay. Oh, flipping heck. Flipping heck. Alright, gotta sign into a bunch of stuff again. Sorry guys, we'll get there, hopefully. Hopefully. I think it's okay too. Okay, so it's just me then. It's just me. Alright, I'm trying to switch browsers. Well, I'm switching browsers, I should say. So I just need to log in again to a different browser. And hopefully whatever was causing that issue doesn't translate or transfer to, or whatever the word is. Alright, let's try this again. The Craft. Okay, I got it. I got it. All right, here we go. Here we go. So let me switch over to this screen. I need to make a quick adjustment for this. Bruh. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. All right, what am I looking for? Window, that's what I want, that's what I want. That's what I want. Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right. So, whew, after all that shenanigans, we're ready. So, I blame the Karens, of course. Arabs don't care for Pakistanis. Pakistanis don't care for Indians, and all three of them as a whole despise white people. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Well, like I say, that's everyday life for me. I've never seen this movie. It's a pretty decent movie. I like it. Well, I like it. But yeah, this is The Craft. Came out in 1996. It stars Nev Campbell, Robin Tooney, Rachel True, and Fairuza Balk. Fairuza Balk is not in the picture that you see on your screen right now. The only one who's not in that picture. Robin Tooney was doing quite a few movies at that time, actually, so you might have seen her face around on a bunch of stuff. But yeah, here we go. So, in 3, 2, 1, play. 3, 2, 1, play. Okay. That's shown a bit more than I intended, but oh well. Hopefully that's not going to be an issue. Just imagine that happened while trying to withdraw money or pay the bill. Ooh. For real, for real. Before you know it, £2,000 has emptied your account and you just wanted a tenner. Yeah, I think I've seen this film once, ages ago. Okay, so we got a couple of people who ain't seen it. Y'all might be in for a treat. I know this film. I've never seen it though. Oh, a few people have never seen it. Okay, so I'm the only one who's seen this movie before. Okay, okay. Wow. This film, I've never seen it though, and wasn't interested. You know what? It's alright. Like I've only watched this movie, I think once, like many years back. I don't think I watched it when it came out, but I remember watching it maybe. I think I watched it like late 90s or something like that. The eye candy looks promising. Hey, you know what? Nev Campbell back in the day, yeah. Well, even now, quite frankly, but Nev Campbell back in, this is like part of your 5 days. And like, I remember like back in my school, we used to have these conversations about which part of your 5 girl was the hottest. And I'd always pick Nev Campbell. I was always like, yeah, Nev Campbell. Everyone's like, well, not everyone, but a lot of people were like, you know, yeah, Jennifer Love Hewitt. I was like, nah, Nev Campbell. Nev Campbell. But this is back when she was doing Scream. Yo, Frozen Gamer. Wagwan FG. FG in the place to be. FG seen this movie. Nice. What did you think of it, Frozen? When you saw it? That girl's acting was pretty scary. It was good. I'm going to assume that you're talking about Fairuza Balk. The one who's not in this picture on the screen. Blaze with the haze and a place to be. Well, I don't partake in a wacky backy, but if you do, you do you. Yeah, but Robin Tooney was doing quite a lot of movies at the time when this came out. Like, she was in a... Oh, what's the film? The one with Arnold Schwarzenegger. End of Days, that was it. She was in End of Days. I don't know if she's still acting, but I'm not sure if I've seen her in a movie or TV show for a while. But that could be just she's done stuff that I haven't seen, you know. I don't watch everything that comes out, right? So I'd have to check her movie database, see what she's been doing lately, if indeed she has been doing anything lately. The Goth, yeah. Raw. I'm just gonna turn up at somebody's house with a snake. Like, yeah, I found something out back, you want it? Like, there's no place where that's considered normal. I don't partake in a Mackie Becky either, I just say it because it rhymes. Yeah. She says she can't stay home and watch daytime TV for the rest of her life, but when you get older, you're kind of like, actually, I think I could. I could if I can get paid to just watch daytime TV for the rest of my life. I think I'll do that. Unfortunately, you can't. Well, at least not that I know of. There we go. Faruza Bulk, Rachel True, and Nev Campbell. And it is pronounced Nev Campbell, by the way. I don't know how many people know this, but Neve is pronounced Nev Campbell. I think Faruza Bulk was in quite a few movies during this time as well. She said 4 make a circle. 4 would actually make a square. What are they teaching them in these schools? 4 makes a square, not a circle. Looking at it now, Selma Blair could have been in the movie too. Selma Blair, I don't believe I'm too familiar with that particular actress. Oh. Oh, she got tricks. This would have been, I think, about a year or so, maybe a couple of years before Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So I guess there would have been a few witch-based things coming up around this time. Pencil spells. See, normally I have the video bit blacked out and just have the subtitles on because just in case there's any like naughty bits and stuff like that. But I don't think there's any naughty bits in this movie, so Skeets Ulrich, I think, was quite a popular actor at this time as well. It's got all that in the 90s. This is Rumors. Let's say the one on the right is a major slut. I don't know from experience or anything. Mate. How 90s is this show, though? Is this movie? Skeets Ulrich was also in the first Scream movie, which would have been around about this time as well. Nev Campbell definitely has that gothic look, yeah. It's the hair that's doing it right now. Yeah, we know who you are. Do high school students drink coffee in America? Question for my American friends in the chat right now. Because, like, I'm not saying you can't drink coffee at 16, 17. You can if you want to, but it's, at least in the UK, I don't think too many, say, secondary school, high school students drink coffee. Like, it's not a common thing. But from these American movies and some of these American shows, they always talk about going for coffee. And I'm like, really? Ha! It means they're stealing it, by the way. I think around October last year, Side Hustle side would pay mofos to watch 13 horror movies. Really? Oh, I might need to look into that still, you know. I might need to look into that. I'd watch horror movies for free. If I can get paid to do it, shit. Didn't have coffee in my school. I don't really drink coffee. I prefer hot chocolate. Yeah, I think in the UK, like at that age, when it comes to hot drinks, it'd be, yeah, for more things like hot chocolate or, you know, something like that. Maybe tea. But I don't know, coffee, I don't think coffee was particularly popular with, say, secondary school, high school students in the UK, but maybe it's different in America, man. Maybe. Or maybe these movies are lying to us, you know what I mean? Painting an image of a society that isn't true. It could happen. But I think in the UK, most people don't drink coffee till they're maybe like 19, 20, maybe 25. I mean, that's not like I've researched or anything, but that's how it seems to me. Yeah. And Evans be a UK lad. The craft. Upsell, upsell, upsell. Listen, witchcraft or not, always upsell. Does anybody know any real life witches? I've met somebody, I used to know somebody who said he used to be a witch. I haven't met anybody who was currently a witch, but I met somebody a long time ago who used to work in a place. The guy said he used to be a witch. And there was a witch that came to this live stream a little while ago. Two weeks. Was it 38? Yeah, you got any plans for the big 3-8? Raw. Come on, which shoot. Ooh, yeesh. That's gotta hurt. Yeah, different kind of witch, I think, with that one. Man on. My best. I'm a goth and rocker. I just call myself alternative. The way they looked on the front cover had gothic elements to it. Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Especially Faraz Boat's character, all the way goth. My best friend before he passed away 3 years ago was a witch. Did he do any spells for you? Do you guys believe in witchcraft? Yeah, high school is here in US. Okay, so it's coming in America. I ain't got plans. We'll just see how it goes. Well, sometimes the best plan is no plan, but sometimes it's not. So it depends what you want to do, really. It's your day. Enjoy it the way you want. I don't know if I wouldn't say I strictly speaking believe in witchcraft. I would say that I do believe that there are things in this world that go far beyond what we can explain. You know, like scientifically. And I don't know, maybe witchcraft is within that, but I don't know if I believe in witchcraft specifically, you know? As I was saying, they do the cold coffee until the fall and winter. Okay. Yeah, chill coffee is, I mean, when it's done right, it's not so bad. I generally avoid it, though, for the most part. Like, it can be nice when it's done, okay, when, like, it's, you know, but a lot of the times I'd avoid it. I'd hot coffee all day, every day. Well, not all day. Yeah, it's killed the mood right there. The way he kissed her, though, about, you know, you got a good head, it's good for kissing. That type of thing was pretty common back then. I don't know if you can do that now, though. I don't know if you can do that now. I mean, I'm not saying you can't. I guess it's going to depend on who you're with and all this and that. But I feel like with the younger people, I'm not sure the teenagers and the 20-year-olds can do that now. I feel like the landscape has changed a bit when it comes to that sort of thing. Skeets. This dude's name is Skeets, by the way. Like the actor, his real name is Skeet. Do you know what? Do you guys know what skeeting is? To skeet on somebody. You know what that is? Believe it as I have seen it done. Oh really? What kind of witchcraft did you see now? Fraser Book wasn't she an American? Yes, she was. Yeah, we actually looked that up as well. Double check, but yeah, she was. I don't drink tea or coffee. I don't drink coffee or tea. Okay. Yeah, what skeet is. Skeet, skeet, skeet. Just saying, this dude's name is Skeet. That's what his parents called him. Alan with the explanation. Yeah, that's what his parents called him. Skeet. These girls are rude. Oh, she rude. 16 Starbucks is gonna be closing down its stores. It's cool though. I like gas station, cappuccinos, etc. I mix some Circle K and Raceway are my favorites. 16 Starbuckses. That's a lot, man. What's going on with Starbucks? I went for the euphemism, but alright. What's yellow? What is yellow and dangerous? Brack said he prefers gas station frappuccinos and cappuccinos to Starbucks. That's interesting. But then again, I mean, actually, to be fair, and this might be a different in America as it is in the UK, but a lot of the service stations, so what you guys say gas station, we say petrol station or service station. A lot of the ones over here would have like a Costa's coffee machine in there. Costa's one of the big coffee houses in the UK. So there's Costa, there's Starbucks, Cafe Nero, a few others as well, but those, I guess those are the main ones. Pret a Manger. Not really a coffee house, that's more of a sandwich shop that does coffee, but anyway. But yeah, they're there as well. But yeah, if you go to a petrol station or service station, a lot of them have the Costa coffee machine, so you can get that starter coffee from a petrol station. Which is cool, but I don't see why they charge the same price for a machine coffee as you'd pay for a, you know, a shop coffee. Bloody piss take. Discharge. Okay, I'm not sure I get that joke, to be honest. Talking about peeing? Yeah, I posted that side hustle thing on FB. Gotta scroll through it again. Then don't. From the window to the wall. Skeet, skeet, skeet. Yeah. If you're trying to, let's say, not multiply. We are the weirdos, mister. Gotta be careful, though. I mean, if you're just like a second late, it might not go so well. You know what I mean? Ski on a window, ski on the wall, ski on the ceiling. As a kid, I was told it was a bad word. What, skeet? I mean, I don't know if skeet's a bad word. I guess it depends on how you use it. It's just I mean, it's a word, or say a colloquial term to describe a situation, a thing. I'll make it a bad word. Yeah, so this is why I couldn't do Witchcraft. I ain't trying to drink nobody's blood. I ain't trying to drink nobody's blood, and not in no small amount. Not in any kind of amount. I've never used the word skating. Yeah, I don't think it's too common in our part of the world. I think over here people just say pull out. Can imagine drinking someone's blood. Something. I mean, if I get a cut on my finger, I don't even put my blood in my mouth. I mean, I've never done it, but as a general rule, I don't, you know, do out my own blood. What, someone else's blood? be worse and be forced to drink someone else's piss. Sorry to lower the tone. Would you rather drink someone else's blood or someone else's piss? Let's put a poll up for that. Let's do a poll for that. Would you rather drink someone else's blood, piss? See, blood, you know, doesn't smell as bad as piss, right? But it could be carrying all kinds of diseases that you just don't know about. Piss, you know, stinks, and I'd have to assume doesn't taste very nice. But other than that, it's actually pretty harmless. Like, you can drink piss and be fine. Like, it's not gonna make you ill or, you know, kill you or anything like that. There's actually plenty of people out there who do drink urine on a regular basis. But if you're gonna drink blood, you have to get like tests done and, you know, all this sort of stuff done just in case there's some improprieties and whatever. So you can't get any tests done, by the way. You can't test whether the blood is like clean or not. You just gotta either choose to drink someone else's blood or piss. And you don't know if that person's got diseases or anything. Yeah, that old one from Lil Jon and Lil Jon. Is that a rapper? Yeah, he's a crunk guy, isn't he? Okay. Oh, right, Basquiat. Yeah, gotcha. They did it. Oh, they did it. Yeah, they're getting high. Well, Rochelle was. Has anyone here ever done a Ouija board? I have not done a Ouija board, actually. I have never done a Ouija board. But I know it was quite popular back when I was in school, though. Like, I remember some of the kids in primary school, some of the kids talking about it, but yeah. Never actually done one myself. I think it was cold today they were filming. Just saying. I think it might have been really cold on the day they filmed this scene. Just saying. Just saying. Never done it myself. Yeah, I've only seen it in like movies and stuff, but Well, I'm just saying. I mean, it's a bit hard not to notice when they put it at eye level. You know what I mean? Body disformation. Oh, what's it? Body dis. Oh, yeah, that. Actually, didn't know it until you mentioned it. Must be honest with that. I mean, to be fair, you are watching this for the first time. Oof. Oh, something's happening. Works indeed. They're talking about masturbating. Rachel True is gorgeous. I think I remember having a little crush on her back in the day, actually. Because she was in, was it Clueless, I think? She was gorgeous. She hasn't aged well, unfortunately. Oh, really? That's a damn shame. I just remember, no, she's not in Clueless, by the way. That was another girl that was in Clueless. What was Rachel True? And I got to look it up or something, because I know I've seen her in other movies and other stuff. But no, it wasn't Clueless. Clueless was another actress. By the way, you guys see the Black Panther teaser trailer? Stacey Dash, yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Yes, yes. Yeah. Yeah, Stacey Dash, she was yeah, she was cute back in the day too. These days, I think these days she might be living up to the Clueless she might be living up to the film title a bit more than she should. At least according to what I'm hearing. No, I'm not seeing a Black Panther trailer. Okay, cool. I won't say nothing then. I mean, it's a teaser, so they don't show anything from the... Like, they don't show any plots or story or anything. It's just, like, flashing images for 2 minutes. I mean, not flashing, but, you know, like, just showing images for 2 minutes. All out of context. But it looks pretty cool, though. As somebody who I know in real life, or at least used to know in real life, is in the movie. Wow. You do extra work? Yes, I do. Well, I did some last week. Or no, what before? Well, there's some recently. Yeah, last week it was, wasn't it? It was last week. But before that, I haven't done it for like a year and a half, maybe 2 years. But yeah, I've done a few things in my time. So who is the most famous person you've seen on set? Oh, that's easy. The Rock. The Rock. Yes, I've done a few stuff with famous people, you know, but I think in terms of the most famous, like the most well-known, yeah, it has to be The Rock. Or at least between The Rock and... say The Rock, Jason Statham, and Idris Elba. It was all the same set. It was the same movie. But out of them, The Rock is probably the most famous, or at least the most popular. But yeah, The Rock, Idris Elba, Jason Statham, in the same movie, same set, and I was there. So that's pretty cool. Hobbs and Shaw, yeah. I've heard of the Black Panther Party, which was a political movement back in the US. Okay, but you know there's a film called Black Panther, right? Like, as in like a Marvel movie, superhero movie called Black Panther. Not to take away from the Black Panther Party, which was yeah, an important political movement back in the 60s. But yeah, there's a superhero movie as well. Another Fast and Furious. Another Fast and Furious. Yeah, Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Filmed it, I think, maybe about 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Still listening. Awesome. But yeah. I think it was like 4 years ago now. So I guess a little while ago we actually filmed it. But yeah, it was a cool set to be on. It's a cool set to be on. I did something like 13 days worth of shooting over, I think, about a 3 or 4 week period. And yeah, met some cool people there, like, you know, some of the other extras and some people I'm still in contact with, which is really cool. You don't really get to like talk to the main stars when you do extras work, but they'll be around and you might maybe nod a hello or that sort of thing. Edris would say hello as he came through. Skeet's having problems. Are there any perks being on set? Do you get no memorabilia or anything of that nature? Not necessarily, but one set I was on, I did manage to snag these, which are spent bullet shells. So they were just kind of around. After they sprayed up the place with bullets, I managed to snag a few of them. Yeah, cool indeed. I thought so anyway. It's kind of like... Whew. But a lot of the times, especially with the big projects, you don't get a lot of information before you join up because it's all secretive and stuff, and they don't want you like saying anything or taking pictures and stuff like that a lot of the time. Like most sets would like have like a camera ban. Like especially like the big ones like Hobbs and Shaw, they'd have a camera ban so you can't take pictures. And I think somebody got caught taking pictures actually, and was sent home. So yeah, they take it very seriously because they don't want nothing being leaked. I say one of the nicest people, in fact, probably the nicest person I've met in terms of like the stars, like the famous people. Shoot. Damn it. It was Bridget Jones. Oh. Bridget Jones. You had me at hello. Oh, flipping hell. I always forget people's names at the last second. Like, I literally had the name. And it just slipped my mind. Nah, it's nope. I haven't seen nope. But yeah, I do want to see that. I do want to see that. Renee Zellweger. I'm sorry, Renee. I'm sorry, Renee. But yeah, I'll say she's probably the nicest celebrity that I've met on set. big fan of Jordan Peele movies. I've only seen Guest House. I know he did another one called Us, which I still haven't seen yet. And then he was a producer on the Candyman remake, or not remake, sequel type, reboot type thing. But yeah, Guess Out was really good. Classic indeed. Sunken Place. But yeah, no, Get Out was a really cool film, and there's a lot of stuff in that film that's pretty cleverly done, I thought. Especially when you watch, I mean, you watch it again, and if you study it, then you might notice a few discrepancies here and there, but for the most part, I think it did really well with that movie for like second and third viewings and things like that. I do think the Tupac movie was pretty trash. The Notorious B.I.G. was better, to be honest. I ain't seen either of those, but yeah, I think when the Tupac film came out, I think a lot of people felt that it didn't really tell the story that accurately, and apparently made things look different from what they actually were. I can't comment because I ain't seen it, but that's what people were saying. Oh, she walk on water. Ken! How you doing, Ken? I ain't seen you in a minute. Tick, 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 boom. Are y'all ready for me yet? Pump it up, Prince. I haven't seen either two. Yeah. I might check them at some point, but to be honest, I don't feel like I'm in any particular rush to watch those. Oh, look at the sharks. We've got Baywatch over there as well. I think the same guy who played Biggie Smalls in the Biggie Smalls movie, though, is the same guy who played Biggie Smalls in the Tupac movie. I believe that's I heard. I want to hear you rap the whole song sometime. Well, yo, are you ready for me? Yeah, pump it up, Prince. Well, yo, are you ready for me? Yeah, pump it up, Prince. Well, yo, are you ready for me? Yeah, pump it up, Prince. Well, here I go, here I go, here I go, yo. After that, I'm just gonna mumble. Do you know all the words? Oh, I do not. I can mumble the words to the song, but that's about it. The thing is that changing the lights to green isn't going to be safe because the other cars are going to be still moving that cross the junction. So if they change the lights to green at the last second, the cars that are still moving. Okay, there you go. Cool. They addressed it. I can't complain anymore. They addressed it. Be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. Oof. Well, what didn't you do? Look at the reflection. You see the reflection? Porter shed. And it is Porter shed, by the way. Not Porter's head. Paul Savino passed away. I don't know if you know, but Paul Savino is an actor. He was in Goodfellas. Rest in peace to Paul Savino. My sister died also. He was also in Goodfellas and Soprano. Other my related shows. Rest in peace to Tony Cicero. Man. There's more coming out as Pauline Walnuts. Oh, what's he trying to do? Well, I know what he's trying to do. Poorly Walnuts. Yeah. We're at the age, man. Well, I say we. I don't know how old you are, but it's like a lot of the people who I was watching when I was a kid, right? So at teenage years, you know, those people are now at the age where they're passing away. They've reached their old age. They're in their 70s, 80s, 90s, and their time is coming. You know, few of them are still around, but probably not much longer. You know, so it's like a lot of the people I grew up as, I watched nearly 40. Okay, so yeah, similar age then. But yeah, it's like a lot of people we would have watched in the, say, 80s and 90s coming up. Man, a lot of guys that we looked up to, the guys that we were saying, oh, those are cool guys. A lot of those guys are like, yeah, they're at that point in their life where their time's coming for them. So I can remember being a kid, right, and hearing about, you know, somebody dying on the news, and it seemed like such a big deal. But being that young, I'm like, I don't know who they are, right? I've never heard of who they are. I don't know who they are. Now the people who are dying now, I imagine the kids today are probably thinking, well, who's that? I don't know who that is. Who's that? Those are the people we watched, you know? What's she trying to do? You know what? I reckon that still counts as rape. You know what I mean? Like, if you trick someone into thinking you're somebody else and get that person to do it with you, I reckon that still counts as rape. But this is 90s, so uh-oh. Would it be cool if you played the main villain in the next Die Hard film? That would be cool. I'd be down for that. This show is trippy. Like face swapping, magic, yeah. Frieza bug pulls his role off so well though. Oh, she's pissed. You ain't smoking a blunt while watching this. Hey, might trip you out real hard. Be blowing up buildings and shit. For real, man. Ooh. Eesh. Fud. Yeah, blow up. There was a Nakatomi building. Was he a good guy though? I mean, forget the other bit, 'cause that wasn't really, that was all the magic stuff. But was he a good guy? I mean, this guy spread rumors about her. That don't sound like something a good guy would do. I don't say that means he deserves to die. I mean, it's just a bit extreme. I'm just saying, let's not tell lies either, you know. Start a Christmas movie or not? What do we reckon? The eternal debate. I still say no, but hey. I accept that most people disagree with me on that. But how I define a Christmas movie, I guess, is very different to how most people define Christmas movies. It's alright. It is what it is. Should all write a script for Haze in the next Die Hard. Cool. All right. First of all, you got to come up with a name. So you say, I'm the villain. So what's the villain's name? Got to come up with a cool name. Master Blaster? Nah. We could do better than that. Master Blaster not sound like a cool villain name. That's maybe a DJ name. Like a cool DJ name. DJ Master Blaster. But a villain? Nah, I think we do better now. We need a cool villain name. I wouldn't class that hard. Finally! Finally, somebody. See? Not a Christmas movie. Not a Christmas movie. It's just a film that happened to be set during the Christmas period. That doesn't make it a Christmas movie. It's a good action movie though, can't deny that for sure. The Bombassador. Ooh, that sounds pretty cool actually. The Bombassador. I think that could work. But yeah, that's a good film, no doubt. Die Hard, I like the film, but I wouldn't call it a Christmas movie for the fact that it doesn't really concern Christmas. Like, it's set during Christmas, sure, and you know Christmas comes up because of the setting, but ultimately it's like the film itself does not depend on Christmas. You know what I mean? Like, you can have the exact same film set at any time of the year. Nothing changes, or nothing major changes. Outside of a few pieces of dialogue, nothing really changes if you set that film at any time, any other time of the year. You know, rather than going home for Christmas, maybe he's going home for a birthday, or not going home for Christmas, but rather than go to visit his family Christmas, maybe he's going to visit for a birthday, maybe he's going for another event. But everything else pretty much stays exactly the same story, the same plot, mostly the same dialogue. The film is not contingent on Christmas. The bombast, yeah. You can steal that. What makes a bombassador a villain? Well, that's the next bit. You guys are coming up with the script, right? So, we got the name. What makes me the villain? What's my motivations? Haze Blaze. I don't know what Haze Blaze. I don't know. That sounds like sounds like someone who got rejected from the Fantastic Four, to be honest. Like somebody who tried to get into the Fantastic Four and it was like, nah. That's what it sounds like. All the opinions of the definitive Christmas movie. Well, here's a motivation for you, Ken. Ridding a world of movies that aren't Christmas movies that people keep calling Christmas movies, even though they're not Christmas movies. That's my motivation. Definitive Christmas movie. Oof, let's see. I'd have to go with A Christmas Story. I'd have to go with A Christmas Story. It was like 1980s or something like that. About a boy who just wants this toy gun for Christmas. It's a really funny film. And it's a really cool film about a kid. It's been narrated from like the older version of the kid. You know, it's kind of like a if you remember the Wonder Years, it's kind of like that kind of feel to it, but more comedic. But yeah, it was released in the 80s. I think it was like released like 81 or something like that, but it's set in like the 1950s. So he's blowing up movie theaters that falsely advertise. Not necessarily movie theaters. I guess it'd be more video stores, which don't even exist anymore, come to think about it. So maybe that's actually a crappy motivation, since video stores aren't really a thing. We'd have to set it in like the 90s, the 80s. We'd have to set it in the 80s or 90s, so it could be blown up like video stores that falsely advertise stuff. But also watching a movie, Jingle All the Way. I have seen that. I don't remember much about it. I think it's to do with like, was he trying to get a toy for his kid or something? 20 years, and that was my favorite show. Oh, that was a great show, wasn't it? Used to watch that a lot back in the day. Movie is A Very Merry Christmas with Bill Murray. That I haven't seen. Ooh, should check that. A Very Merry Christmas. I like Bill Murray. Well, I like some of his movies. Apparently he's an arsehole on set. I like some of his movies. Puts bombs in video cassettes boxes when people rent them. And open up them, kaboom. You know what? I think I've got a better motivation actually. Rather than blowing up stores that do the whole Christmas movie thing, I'm gonna put bombs in video cases of people who don't rewind the tapes. Because you know how sometimes back in the day when you borrow a video and rent a video and people don't rewind the tapes. So if you don't rewind the tape, what I do is that the next video you rent, there's gonna be a bomb inside it, and it blows up. Like you'll get like a couple of warnings because I'm not an arsehole. You'll get like say 2 warnings, and then if you do it for the 3rd time, then the next video you rent is gonna have a bomb inside, and when you get home, it will blow up. Oh, I'd know. I'd know. Firstly, one of the years on box that will snap up in a heartbeat. Dude, I wonder if any of the streaming platforms have that. I don't know. I haven't looked for it, but there's got to be one of like Amazon. Probably must have it, right? Somebody's got to have that ready to stream. Somebody's got to have that, right? Because that show was so classic. Man, this is madness, though. Oh, look at that toilet. Who's taking a poop in that? Imagine you need to take a poop and you go to the toilet and you see that. Oof. I'll hold it. I'll hold it. He'd have to follow him around. Well, I mean, he's a villain, right? So, gonna have spies around. That makes sense. I could have spies around to help me out. Oh, this bitch crazy. Man, that's just mean. Hey, you should totally make a short film or parody about them. The Bombaster at Blockbuster Video. Yeah, it's the things. Once you see the toilet filled with maggots, I don't think you could ever take a shot on that toilet ever again. There's a HMV in Blue Water. I got to have a look, see if they got the Wonder Years there. I got to own the physical copy. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. There is something about physical copies, to be fair, that as convenient as cool streaming is, yeah, owning something physical. Like, look at this. 1989? 88. 1988, original print. Oh, they bad. How the bombs in the video boxes work? Well, it's like as soon as you get the tape, and then you get home, and there'd be like a I don't know, Semtex or something in there, and it'd be triggered to like the case. So you open it up, it's like boom. Another H&B. Another HV and Peterborough anymore. I miss it. HVs were cool, man. There's still a few around London, but they're few and far between these days. That's cool. I like physical copies of stuff. Nah, I get that. Semtex is a plastic explosive. Oof. Whenever I go to Blue Water with my mates there, they always tease me because I always like checking them out. Yeah. I mean, like, I think for me, definitely, I do stream way more than I buy stuff. In fact, I don't really buy DVDs anymore. I haven't bought a DVD for years at this point. Like, when it comes to physical stuff, the only thing I will buy now is, like, vinyl. And even then, it's like just maybe once every month or once every couple of months, I might buy some vinyl. But yeah, I get it, man. It's like, there's just something about, having a physical item. You know, I mean, I like streaming. I like the convenience of streaming, but it definitely has its issues. Like the fact that at any point, you know, they can like change the version of a song, and then the version that you like might not even exist anymore. Whereas if you have a physical copy, you've always got it. Well, not always, but you know, near enough to. What's stressful in local XMV? What do you put? Plastic explosive. Has plastic explosive. There's plastic everywhere. I mean, I don't know the science behind it, but yeah, it's a plastic explosive. Oh, that Vecna. They just turned her into Vecna. They got scared off. I still got the Fiji's score. Okay, yeah, that's a good album. That's a real good album, actually. I'm a collector. It's a do you like real books or Kindle readers? I mean, I'll do both. Although I probably don't read as much as I should be these days, to be fair. But I'll do both. I mean, again, it's like the digital has convenience, right? You could have loads of books on your small device and take it anywhere. Read as much as you want, whatever. Or if you've got like the digital, you've got the ebook, not the ebooks, the audio books, you can have that as well with you. So yeah, there's a big convenience to reading from a Kindle. But for real, man, the experience of holding something that you can actually touch and turn the pages, physically turn the pages with, it's a better experience it's a better reading experience. But you can't carry, 100 books around with you. Although, to be fair, you probably don't need to be carrying 100 books around with you at any one time. But you know what I mean? Like, for people who read a lot, you might take 1 or 2 books with you and go on holiday. But those 2 books could be like this. 2, 3 books could be like that, right? It could be thick books. But a Kindle, you just got this. And you got your 2, 3 books, with you. Or more than that if you want. You can fill it in your bag easy enough. You don't have to worry about space. Like if you read a book on the way on a train, a whole book could be like this, just thick, right? That's bag space. But your Kindle, just this. So yeah, there's definitely convenience with it, but the experience of being in a book, I personally think is a better reading experience. Although, yeah, the Kindle definitely beats it for convenience. I'm a big reader, can't lie. I used to read a lot back in the day, but yeah, I need to start reading again more. I did read a book recently though. It's called Thanking Evil. It's a short book, so I was able to get through it relatively quickly. I like the feel and smell. Of the track Fuji la la. What books in school do they make you read? I don't remember most of them. I don't remember most of them. I think I'm not sure I remember any of them actually. Not for secondary school at least, anyway. But I remember Goodnight, Mr. Tom from my primary school, and that's one of my favorite books actually. One of my favorite books ever. I'm gonna get the Lauryn Hill album called Miseducation Lauryn Hill album. That's a classic too, yeah. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. Ready or not? That's a good one. That's a good one. Vinyl, yeah. Something about vinyl, man. Something about vinyl. You read anything at school? They made us read Margaret Atwood. Did you have to read Wuthering Heights? No, I don't think we read Wuthering Heights. I'm sure we did read books in school. I just really don't remember what any of them were. I think Dracula was one of the books I read during school, but I don't think that was a school book. I think I might have just read that on my own accord. So I remember reading To Kill a Mockingbird. Oh, that's a good one. I haven't read the book, but I did see the movie. Nancy went wild. Read Mockingbird too. Read The Handmaid's Tale. Huckleberry Finn. Oh. You get her? You get her? Let's read Shakespeare, which I hated. Shakespeare, the thing about reading Shakespeare, I feel like it does it a disservice because Shakespeare didn't write books, he wrote plays. So they're not really supposed to be read like that. You know, if you're reading a Shakespeare, you really should be reading to act it out because it's a play, it's not a book. So I feel like reading Shakespeare does it a disservice because it's not really intended for that kind of experience. You're supposed to perform it, not just read it. I never acted in a Shakespeare play, no. I don't think they did any when I was school, actually. Or if they did, I never... When the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost and won. You been in theatre? Not acting, but I've been to plays, if that's what you meant. But I've not performed in a theatre now. Yeah, I've been to a few plays. Yeah, they were mean to her. At least they apologizing though. Oh. I've been in films. I haven't been in theatre. I just meant movie theatre. Then yeah, I haven't been on the. I've not been in the play. But yeah, I've been in a few films and some TVs, but not theatre. There's a all-male group that performs Madonna songs. They called Mandonna. Nice. Well, she's bound. They binded her. Oh, and that was the craft. So what y'all think of the craft? Some of you watching this for the first time. I think most of you watching it for the first time, actually. What you think of it? I liked it. I mean, I've seen it before, so I thought it was pretty cool. I'll say it definitely had a be careful what you wish for type vibe to it. And it was very 90s, of course. Like there's some stuff in there that you just don't see in, and probably for good reason, in modern day shows. But yeah, and I thought it was a pretty cool film. Well, I was watching Noise. Yeah, now it's time to do the boom shake the room rap. Nah, we did it already. We did it already. I don't know the words of that song. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. What are we doing here? Yeah. But yeah, man, it was like witchcraft and wizardry. But it's kind of interesting, though, that the way we perceive things now, that is not my favorite song. But I mean, it's a good song, sure, but it's not my favorite. Do I? I have 3 videos on it, really? All right. I mean, to be honest, I might, but I honestly don't remember. I remember doing one. I remember doing a live stream, and then I think I cut that live stream into its, like edited the live stream into a video, so that bit into it as a video, but it's pretty much the same video. I don't remember making multiple videos on that song. Yeah, they play that song at your school dances. I don't go to my school dances, so maybe. But yeah, it was what was I saying again? Yeah, it's just interesting, like how much things change over the years. Like you watch a film from 1996, and you know, back when this was released, I guess a lot of stuff in this movie probably didn't give it a second thought. But watch it now in 2022, and it's kind of like, yeah, that's a bit awkward. That's a bit awkward. You know, it's the fact that she cast a spell on this guy to like her, for one thing, and it's not really seen as an issue. You know, it's like you've made somebody do something that they didn't really want to do. And yeah, the guy was an arsehole, no doubt. Like, in fact, that's not really addressed either. Like, the fact that, I mean, they do kind of address it, but not really. It kind of gets mentioned that he's an arsehole, but they don't really... They still try to make him out like he's a good guy under. It's like, how? We have literally no example of him being a good guy, yet we're supposed to believe that underneath all the arsehole things he did, he's supposed to be a good guy. Why? Like, literally no example of him trying to be good, and only after she cast a spell on him, right? And that's like, kind of like, wait a minute, you cast a spell on somebody to make him like you. It's kind of a problem. You know, kind of a problem. So, yeah, I feel like the way we think about stuff, where we thought about stuff back in the 90s, to how we think about things now is so vastly different. So, yeah. And the football song, Vindaloo. Yeah, na na na. Na na na. I hate that song. We're gonna... That's probably, I don't say my favorite football song. But I remember, I think I bought it at one time, I think I bought it on C. I think it's the only football song I've bought on as a single. I think. I feel like I remember buying it as a single. But I just like that bit when it goes, we're gonna score one more than you. I don't know, for some reason that just sounded really cool in my ears. My favorite Will Smith song is Summer, Summer, Summertime. Oh, that's a classic, isn't it? Here it is, a cool, slightly transformed, just a bit of a break from the norm. I think the point of the film is that people give into their desires regardless of their consequences, which is why she casts the spell to make him love her. Well, this is true. She does give into her desires regardless of the consequences, but then at the end of it, it's like, what was her lesson? You know, she doesn't have any kind of remorse over the fact that she cast that spell. So it's okay, yes, there was the consequence of this guy liking her way too much, and it kind of bugged her. But outside of the nuisance it caused for her, she didn't seem to, at least the film doesn't seem to show that she's kind of learnt anything from that experience, or any of them for that matter learnt anything from the experience. It's like, okay, the other girl who was it Rochelle, who cast a spell to make the other girl lose her hair. She sees it and it's kind of like, oh man, that sucks. But it doesn't seem like the fact that they go in after was it Sarah by the end of it, and still trying to cause her to think that her parents died, and also it was like, what was actually learnt from that? So yeah, you can ask. I mean, you could kind of gather that in terms of, okay, there is consequences. Like we can understand it from watching it, but the film itself doesn't actually show that. So I'm not sure that was the point of the film. I think you could. That's something you can take from the film, but I don't think that's what they were necessarily trying to do. Because there are no real consequences until you get to the end, and it's like where they're trying to kill her, and then she turns against them, and it's like the only reason they're trying to kill her because she tried to leave their coven, and she's trying to leave the coven because she was upset over that guy getting killed. But then it's like that guy got killed because the other girl tried to sleep with him, and because he was an arsehole, because apparently he was an arsehole to her before. And then again, we're supposed to believe that this guy was a good guy underneath that whole thing, and it's like, what examples do we have of him being a good person? So a lot of it is contingent on this guy Ski Auric, but then we're not really shown that he is a good guy underneath it all. We're only shown him to be an arsehole. Now, maybe there's another edit where that's there, but in this particular version, he's only shown to be an arsehole. And the only time he does anything remotely good is when it casts a spell on him. And then that doesn't go so well because he becomes too in love with her. And he becomes a nuisance. And he bugs her. But then the other girl's like trying to get revenge or whatever. Like him going around calling her a slut. And apparently they were together and at some point. And so now she's trying to get revenge on him because he means nothing to her. And ends up killing him in the process. So now she wants to leave the group because he kills him, because she believes he was a good guy underneath. And it's like, but was he? Was he? I don't know, man. Maybe, but we're not really shown that. And my favorite Will song. Ooh. Just lost where we as. Where is where? Oh, it's slap my bitch up. Slap my back, couldn't resist. Smack my bitch up. Whoa, whoa. I never thought football song in my life. Probably for the best. She's a teen, I guess. Doesn't think too much about consequences. Also, they don't care about her feelings in the end. So the point is, she learns who her real friends are. I mean, yeah, you could say that, but then that was the reason they tried to kill her is because she tried to leave the coven, right? And that has consequences. Leave. So it wasn't so much they don't care about her. At least if they did, or if they didn't, rather, that's not what's emphasized. What was emphasized is that she tried to leave the coven, and because she tried to leave the coven, there are consequences to leaving the coven. Not so much that they just didn't care about her in the end. For all intents and purposes, she was their friend, and it's only because she tried to leave the coven is because why they did what they did. They're more loyal to the rules of the coven rather than her when it comes down to it. I bought a Tottenham Hotspur's ringtone. Now, this is a story all about how I slapped Chris Rock and sat back down. So sit right there, I tell you. Don't talk about my wifey with no hair. Pluckley Village is the most haunted place in Britain. I've never even heard of Pluckley Village. Anybody heard of Pluckley Village? Let me switch over to this screen though. Let me switch over to this screen. Maybe it's a warning about the dangers of witchcraft. No offense to people who practice that. Don't cancel me. I think, to be fair, people who practice witchcraft, at least anybody who, like I said, I've met somebody who used to know somebody a while ago. I mean, they'll tell you about the dangers of witchcraft. And there was a person who used to come to the chats here who was into witchcraft, and yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was I don't want to say she or he because I don't have to boy or girl, but they would talk about the dangers of witchcraft. So yeah, people who practice witchcraft would tell you about the dangers. I don't think that's offensive. That's just, there are dangers to it, and that should be respected. I guess yeah, you could say it's a film about the dangers of witchcraft. I think that probably fits a bit more. The other stuff you can get from it, sure, but I doubt that was, at least from what they shown, I doubt that was what they were trying to do. I'm not saying that's not in there, by the way. Let me be clear on something. I'm not saying what you got from the film is invalid, because you could always get things from films that the people didn't intend. And what I meant to say, what I'm really trying to say is that I don't think that's what they intended. Not that what you got from it is invalid. No, what you got from it is always going to be valid, because you always get from things that mean something to you. So the whole thing about friendship, I mean, it is there, like friendship, who your friends are, that sort of stuff, it's there. What I'm saying is that I just don't think that's what the filmmakers actually intended. And if they did intend on it, then that's not what's emphasized. So, what's the history of the village? Have you played the Ouija board? I have not. I mean, I have not. I have never played the Ouija board. If you look it up, Pluckley is the most haunted with most sightings of ghosts. Let's see here. Let me type it in the search box. Pluckley Village. Let's see what comes up in our web results. Pluckley Ghosts. Pluckley is a village in Kent, England. While it is relatively small, it is classified as the most haunted village in Britain with at least 12 record. Okay, it cuts off after that. Okay. So let's do ghost sightings. 12 at least 12 recorded hauntings. There have been many tragic deaths in the village. The odd concentration may be due to the location of the village in terms of magnetism to the ground. Paranormal activity is believed to flourish in areas of strong geological magnetism. It means it's probably cheap to live there. It's probably cheap to live there. Luckily, let me see on it shows up on the. Oh wait, I'm not on Google right now. One sec. Now let me close this down. Open this up. I don't can. I've never heard of it. None of it. Let's see. Pluckley Village. Let me go to Google Maps. Oh wait, is that? Well, Bing Maps. Never mind. So it still works. Hey, can't even get this thing to show on screen, you know. Oh, flipping out. All right. Issues. All right, so let's see where we are. So Pluckley is it is near the M20. It is, I guess, about, I don't want to say in miles, but it is west of Kennington. Okay, if you're on the M20, you'll pass Maidstone. You'll pass Ashbank, Fairbourne Heath, Stonebridge Green, and then round about Stonebridge Green. If you come off the M20, then that's where Pluckley Village is. I read it in a book in school, Pluckley Village. That's Deep Kent, yeah. It's like, I'm trying to see where it is in relation to London. No, it's definitely far from London. Like, it's miles from London. Like, from the M25. I mean, that's got to be a good 30 miles, I reckon. 30, maybe 40 miles. I'm not actually, like, working it out or nothing, but let me see if I get something more accurate. Actually, yeah, it's closer to about 50 miles. So from the M20, from where the M25 is, it's closer to about 50 miles off the M25. So yeah, we talking far. And you go to Pluckley Village with a camera and see if you can catch a ghost on film. I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm not necessarily. I mean, I don't, strictly speaking, not believe in ghosts, by the way. But that being said, I'm not really the guy who's overly, like, I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not. It's not like I don't, strictly speaking, don't believe they exist. But also, I don't know. I kind of feel like it's probably something else either as well. That being said, I don't feel like I need to go to a town that's considered the most haunted place where a whole bunch of tragic deaths has happened with a video camera. Like, bruh, no, I don't need to do that. Ghosts or not, I don't need to be in a place where a whole bunch of tragic deaths happened. Like, what especially like mysterious deaths. If we're even talking about, like, okay, I don't know, there was a serial killer there, because that's like everywhere you go, right? That's London all the time, right? But like mysterious tragic deaths, and you're just gonna go there. It's not about being scared. It's about, why would I go to a place where a whole bunch of mysterious tragic deaths happened? Like, it's less about being scared and more about being, that seems a whole lot of pointless to me. I imagine that place has a very small population. That place probably has a very small population. Let me see if I can find out what a population of Pluckley Village is. Yeah, 1,050. There are 1,050 people in Pluckley. That is a small population. It's probably like real cheap housing. Sounds like a whole little waste of time. Like what? Yeah, why would you do that? It's like unless I had like some reason to go there, like some business or I don't know, some actual reason to go there, then yeah, maybe in that case. But just to go there? Why? Like, what for? Let me just go to a place where a whole bunch of mysterious deaths happened. Like, why? You know? For a YouTube video? I don't think so. That's a long way to go to shoot a YouTube vlog, I think. I can there's plenty of vlog ideas I can do just in my hometown. I don't need to travel some 50, 60 miles or whatever to 50 plus miles to a place to shoot a YouTube vlog. I don't think so. Nah. I'll need a much better reason to go to a place that's had a whole bunch of mysterious deaths happening there. I need a much better reason for that. You're seeking them out. One might follow you back home, right? You know what I mean? It's one thing I learned about not only one thing I've learned, but certainly one of the things I've learned growing up in a neighborhood where some not so mysterious deaths happened. You could be fine a lot of the time, like just going about doing your thing. You could be fine. But if you go around looking for trouble, you won't have to look far. You know what I mean? You won't have to look far. Have you heard of this show called Unsolved Mysteries? It's American and it had a scary theme song. I don't know, maybe. I mean, I can't say I've definitely heard of it, but it sounds like something that's past my ears. But anyway. You might get loads of views. Yeah, you might. I mean, it's the type of thing that gets people interested on YouTube, isn't it? Where it's like spending a weekend or spending a night in a haunted village or something like that. You know, in fact, if you go on YouTube, you could probably find like a bunch of people doing stuff like that. I don't need to be one of them. I'm not going to say that I'm above chasing views because I'm not. That being said, I think I'm above doing that for views. Let's see here. If you type haunted house challenge or something like that. Let's see. What's some videos? We visited the world's scariest haunted house 8 months ago, 1.1 million views. We stayed overnight in a haunted mansion, part 1, 8 months ago, 2.8 million views. Last to Scream wins $10,000, scary haunted house challenge, 2 years ago, 19 million views. Well, actually, that's Phase, so they're pretty popular anyway. To be fair, I think a lot of these channels are probably on the more popular side, so it makes sense they're in the millions. But even still, like, you can probably get way more views than you would normally get. Maybe not into the millions, but I think a channel like mine can probably get way more views than it would normally get on a video like that. Especially if I can make it, like, interesting and that whole thing. But still, I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. There's other things I can do that could probably get a lot of views on my channel that don't involve traveling way outside of town to a place that's had a whole bunch of mysterious deaths happening. I think there's other video ideas I can do just around town, you know. if I wanted to get views, I should probably explore some of those ideas first before traveling to some far out place. Never heard that theme song as a kid. I could never go to sleep at night. Spending time in a haunted village just to get views on YouTube sounds very ridiculous. Said to me, I will not do it. That YouTube can keep the views. Let's see. This one's from 8 months ago. Oh, that's Ellen. That's Ellen. Never mind. Of course, it's going to go a lot of views. That's Ellen. The Ellen Show. Kim Kardashian West joins Andy for his final haunted house. Yeah, that's always going to get a lot of views. But here's one. Last to Scream was $10,000. Scary Haunted House Challenge. I swear it's the same video as before. This one's called some Brent Rivera. I don't know who that is, but I'm assuming they're really popular because that's 7.6 million views from 2 years ago. 7.6 million views from 2 years ago. So whoever this Brent Rivera is, I'm guessing they're pretty popular. But yeah, I don't think I need to do that. If I ever did a haunted house challenge or haunted village challenge, first of all, it has to be somewhere a lot closer to me. It'd have to be somewhere a lot closer to me, like, you know what I mean? Somewhere where I don't have to spend a lot of money to get there. Let's go to public village and get haunted by a ghost. Why would you want that though? Why would you want that? There's something called the Screaming Woods in Pluckley. The Screaming Woods. I'm guessing that's where a lot of the mysterious deaths has happened. People just screaming. So yeah, I just don't need to go there. Better you than me. Until you actually get haunted by a ghost, then you will soon regret it. Yeah. Why would you want that? Why would you want to get haunted? That doesn't sound like fun. I'm not afraid. Okay. Okay. I'm not afraid of no ghosts. All right. I mean, you might not be afraid now, but when your head starts spinning around, might be a different story. Yeah, just make sure you got your ectoplasma. Was it ectoplasma? I can't remember what it's called. What's it called? The ectoplasma. Oh, I forgot what the ectoplasma. Yeah, ectoplasma. Yeah, make sure you get ectoplasma ready. And a trap. Make sure you got all that ready. Alright, guys. I'm okay to continue chatting. If you guys are okay to continue chatting, I'm okay to continue chatting. But I gotta take a little break. So I'm gonna do that. Gonna see Marshmallow Man. Yeah, see, Marshmallow Man's probably a lot scarier in real life though. It looks cute on screen, but if that thing existed in real life, I think that'd be pretty scary. But yeah, I'm gonna take a little break. So if you could stick around, it'd be awesome. And we could chat a little bit more. But yeah, should be back in about 5-ish minutes. And yeah, see y'all in a little bit. all right. I is back, y'all. What am I doing? There we go. I is back. I is back. I is back. Appreciate everybody sticking around. For those who stuck around, and if you didn't stick around, I appreciate you coming through anyway. But yeah, could talk a little bit more. What was I talking about? I was probably haunted. Yeah, like you don't want to get haunted by no ghosts. That don't sound like a bad idea at all. That don't sound like a good idea at all. But yeah, I don't need to be going to no haunted village. Certainly not some haunted village like miles away from where I live. I ain't trying to be doing that. I ain't trying to be doing that at all. Never say never, I suppose. I guess that's the thing. Never say never. Never say never. That being said, I think the way my mind is right now, I don't need to be doing that. I might do a reaction to one of these haunted videos though. That's a much easier way of getting views without actually leaving your house. Well, I'll say easier. Not necessarily, but potentially easier. Because you might not necessarily get views, you know what I mean? Because I'm just saying, there's potentially an easier way of getting views than actually going to a haunted house. I don't see you pointing that for real, for real. The thing about when it comes to views and stuff is like like I said, I'm not above doing things for views because at the end of the day I'm on this platform on YouTube. Of course, I want people to watch my content, right? You put stuff out there because you enjoy it and you want as many people to see it as possible. So I'm not even gonna try and act like I don't want views. Of course I want views, but when it comes to like what you do to get views, yeah, I mean a lot of that comes down to things like, you know, what are you okay with doing and what are you not okay with doing? And like, if people want to do go visit haunted houses, that's their business. You know, I'm not looking to do that. But if that's what people want to do, cool. But yeah, I mean, I think there's definitely things that you can do that are very likely to get you a lot of views. You know, things that have been somewhat proven to, in vast majority of cases, bring in far more views than you would typically get on your videos. And if you do those things a lot, then you're likely to build up an audience of people who like to see that and do that thing. And that's great because it's like, okay, cool, you always know that there's certain things you can do. The problem though is that it becomes very disingenuous very quickly. You know what I mean? Like when you get to that point where it's like, it's just not fun anymore. And it's like you yourself, like the content creator doesn't really want to be doing it anymore. But because you've built that audience and you've created that expectation of yourself as you're the guy that does this thing, you know, you become, or you start to feel like you have to do it, like you have no choice. You know, I've seen a few channels where the people would speak as if they have no control over their own content. You know, like they would say things like, what do you want to see? Or, and don't get me wrong, it's not wrong with asking people what they want to see. Of course not. That's not a bad thing. But if you get into a point where you're so afraid of putting something out there that is your own idea, I feel like that's a problem. You know, and I don't want to live like that. You know what I mean? I don't want to live like that. So it's not that I'm above doing things for views or whatever, because I'm not. I'm an attention whore, as anybody on this platform is an attention whore. But I also feel like there's certain avenues I don't want to go down because they, at least for me, and I'm speaking for myself, of course, this might not apply to anybody else, but at least for me, I feel like those are pitfalls because they can put me in a position where I'll end up doing something that either A, I don't particularly want to be doing, or something that I, you know, not necessarily hate, but, you know, you might like it, but you're just doing it in a way that you don't necessarily want to be doing it. You know, either something that you don't want to do, or you're doing it in a way that you don't want to be doing it. But in any case, you feel like I feel like you get to a point where you created this expectation of yourself, and now you're so afraid to put out anything because it just won't get those same views anymore. You've gotten so used to getting to the hundreds of thousands of views, 100,000 views, 200,000 views, 1 million views, all that kind of stuff. You're getting so used to that. The idea of putting out something that only gets 20 views, 10 views is just abhorrent to you at this point. You know, that's abhorrent at this point. Like 20 views, I can't do that. This is not enough. You know, and I don't want to be like that. I don't want to get to that point. I don't want to be in that position where you're so afraid to put out something just because it doesn't get many views. You know, I'd always want to be able to feel like I can put stuff out there. And especially on this channel, as Haze channel, where the main reason I started it is to be expressive. Is to have a place where I can just be expressive in the moment and not worry about this, that, and the third, and this type of content, and it's just whatever. You know, I have other channels where the content is more consistent, but this channel from the beginning is always supposed to be just about me express myself. So things like live streams fit into that, reactions kind of fit into that. But I just don't want to be like, this is the thing that I do and I only ever do this thing, and then create that expectation. And then I know out of the people who subscribed, a lot of them have subscribed over particular videos that I don't necessarily intend on going back to. So yeah, you see that near 6,000 subscribers I've got right now, vast majority of them aren't watching this channel. I know that, I'm very aware of that. I can't help that. You know, I put out a video, it got popular, people subscribed, cool, and that they subscribed, but at the same time, if you're not watching my videos, then it's kind of like, whatever, right? So I don't want to feel like I'm just chasing those people who subscribe because of that one video that I did, or a couple of videos that I did. You know what I mean? I don't want to feel like that's all I'm doing. It's chasing those views all the time. And I still want to be able to be like, you know what, I'll pull out a video, and if it gets 20 views, cool, I'm happy with those 20 views. If it gets 10 views, I'm happy with those 10 views. You know, of course, I want it to do hundreds of thousands and, you know, all that stuff, and have people coming back all the time. Of course I want that, but I'm not going to chase that by doing content that doesn't speak to me, or I just don't feel like I want to do in that moment, because then it's disingenuous, it lacks integrity, you know, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to put myself in that position, because for me, I feel like integrity is more important than anything. If you're not being real, then what are you really doing? You know what I mean? If you're not being genuine with the content you put out, even if it's rubbish, I'd rather put out genuine crap than super polished great stuff that I probably made no sense at all, but I think you know what I mean. I'd rather put out something genuine, even if it's wrong, even if I said something wrong, even if the content isn't, say, great and amazing, and you know, if it's genuine, I'd rather do that than put out something that's highly polished, highly this, highly that, highly edited. You know, I ain't trying to live like that. You know, like I said, I've got other channels where the content is more consistent, and that satisfies that side of me. But for this channel, yeah, it's just me. That's a long way of just saying it's just me. It's just me. No better things to do. When you left there, the conversation inevitably turns to sex A's, as it always does. Cool. Sad I missed that bit. Views on most channels come from people who are not subscribed to the channel. It's just wait. Well, that's actually true, actually. Yeah. I think vast majority of channels, until you get to that point where you are super popular, where you got like a dedicated hardcore fan base of like millions and millions of people, and unless you get to that point, yeah, I think most channels on YouTube, the vast majority of views tend to come from people that aren't subscribed to the channel, and that's fine. You know, it is what it is. That's fine. You know, if people watch and don't subscribe, they don't have to. And to be honest, I don't know how you feel about this, but my thing is, I personally would rather somebody watch my video and not subscribe if they know that that's all they cared about. Like, if that's the only video they like and the only video they want to see, and they just watch that video, they like, maybe they even like the video, but they just know that's the only video they care about, and they, you know, they don't care about any other videos. If this, and they watch that, they don't subscribe, cool. But when people subscribe and then they don't watch your videos, it just kind of feels to me like, I mean, look, I get it. Again, it is what it is, but it is like, I'm not going to chase that either. You know what I mean? I'm not going to chase that. I know, like, I got loads of views of, there's a few videos actually I've done where I've got loads of subscribers from the views, well, loads of views and subscribers from those videos. But yeah, I'm not going to chase those by only putting out that kind of content because that's what they want to see, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. You know, it's like, If they want to watch my other videos, they're there. But if they only care about that kind of content and they subscribe because they thought that's all I'm going to do, that's not what I'm going to do. It's just not. It's just not. I wouldn't say subs don't mean much, to be honest. I think they can, but it just depends on who subscribed, really. You know, I think it depends on who subscribed. I wouldn't say they don't mean much. I'm not sure that's quite accurate. But yeah, it just depends. I think it depends on who subscribed. Are they actually coming back to watch your channel? YouTube still does certain things based on how many subscribers you have. Like, you get certain like rewards, you know, the trophies and stuff like that, the plaques, all that sort of thing. Sam's not here today. So I won't say they don't matter or they don't mean much. I think they do still mean something. That I mean, if you get to things like 10,000 subscribers, 20,000 subscribers, 100,000, that's still, I feel like that still means something. Fact is, it means 100,000 people click that subscribe button. That's something. Even if they're not watching your videos, 100,000 people click that subscribe button. You know, so I don't think it doesn't mean much. I just don't think it's the thing to chase. You know, especially when it is clear that some people, affects a lot of people, in my case, subscribe because they only want to see one type of content. I'm not going to chase that, and it just is what it is. So if that's what they're expecting, hey. We were talking about your Halle Berry fantasies, Haze. I have a Halle Berry fantasy? I don't have a Halle Berry fantasy, not really. I mean, she's pretty, don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't have a fantasy about her, though. I mean, look, if she asked me, which probably never happened, and I say probably because I like to live in hope, but if she ever asked me to, like, you know, get down, to be honest, there's probably very few things I would say no to when it comes to Halle Berry. But yeah, I don't spend time fantasizing about her. Not really. So I don't know if I have fantasies. I don't know if I call it that. I don't think I'd call it that. It'd be more like, I think she's very beautiful. I think she's very pretty. She's all that sort of stuff. But to be honest, I feel there's not very many celebrities I spend a lot of time thinking about. Certainly not in that way, anyway. I mean, when I was a kid, like when I was in school, maybe, but these days, nah, not really. I don't really fantasize about any celebrities. I mean, yeah, there's plenty that I think are like pretty and beautiful and hot and all that sort of stuff, but yeah, I don't really think about a lot of them when it comes down to it. I think when it comes, yeah, I don't spend a lot of time thinking about celebrities in that way. Subscribe, that's up to them. At the end of the day, that's something content creators ain't got any control over, from this. Yeah, not much. I mean, little, not much. I mean, you could ask people to subscribe, of course. That doesn't mean they will. So yeah, whether they click that button or not is up to them. But yeah. Just one of those things, man. Just one of those things. People sub, which is cool. Sometimes they watch your videos, which is even better. But hey. I ain't trying to live like that, man. I guess what it comes down to for me is I don't want to forget what it feels like to get one view on your video. You know what I mean? Like, if when you start out on YouTube, or I guess any platform really, and you're posting stuff, and you know you don't know anybody, or you're just posting stuff, right? And you might have gone through a time where the only views that you were getting on your videos were, you know, the people you like your friends who you asked to watch your videos, you emailed or DM'd or whatever, say, hey, I just put up a video, come watch it. Those are only views we're getting. Or maybe it was yourself watching your content like from different accounts or something like that. Those might have been the only views we're getting right in the beginning. But when you get that one view that you know for sure that wasn't you from a different account and wasn't somebody that you asked to watch your video, that one view that you know for sure is somebody outside of yourself and your circle, that feeling is so cool. Like that first time that happens, it's so cool when you're like, wow, somebody watched my video. And I don't want to forget what that feels like. And I think when you start chasing, when you get too focused on how many views you've got, that to me, I feel like I'd be walking down a path that leads me to forgetting what that feels like. Like I say, of course I want all the hundreds and thousands and millions of views, but not at the expense of integrity. Because I think if I do that, that's a path to forgetting what that one view feels like. You know. Well, I mean, I don't know about best feeling ever. I mean, I think there's a lot of things that feel better than that. You know what I'm saying? But it's a pretty damn good feeling. It's a pretty damn good feeling. You know, so yeah, I don't want to forget that. I was always here, but I haven't been here in a long time, so I guess she don't come by today. Yeah, she's doing other stuff. That's all I'm gonna say for now, because I don't know how much of that stuff she may want me to divulge. So I'm just gonna say she's doing other stuff. So yeah, but she's cool. She's all right. You know, hopefully. Hopefully, let me say, hopefully she's fine. Hopefully she's fine. I mean, it's nothing bad or nothing like. To be honest, I doubt it'd be a problem for me to say what she's doing. But it's just also respecting the fact that I don't know if she'd mind as well, because in the day, somebody tells you something doesn't mean they want you telling other people. So I doubt it's a problem. I just rather not sell someone else's business if they haven't let me know that I should tell people. You know what I mean? It's that sort of thing. So but yeah, she's fine. She's fine. Hopefully. I'm doing a thing, exactly. She's doing a thing. Yeah, she's doing a thing. But yeah, this YouTube thing is a journey of very many things. I think you learn a lot about. Well, I personally feel like I've learned a lot about myself along the way. So yeah, it's been an interesting journey. It's been a good journey, methinks. Had some high points, had some low points, all in between. Well, I mean not all, but you know, a lot in between. So I think overall I've done pretty okay. I think all things considering, I've done pretty okay. And hopefully from here, the only way is up. The only way is up, baby. For you and me now, the only way is up, boom, boom, baby. For you and me now. But just seeing some things. Speaking of views, if you haven't already, check out my podcast channel. Put up a podcast about a week ago, I think. Yeah, about a week ago. And that could probably do with some views on it. So that could probably do with some eyes on it. So yeah, check that out. You know, go check that out. It's Uncivilized Art. It is called Can a Video Game Go Too Far? It's a conversation I had with my man Sweet Bundy, who's over in the United States of the Americas, in New York. And we met up on the online thing over the video phone, and we talked about a few things, but the main thing we talked about was the topic of, can a video game go too far? Can a video game be too violent, too sexual, to insert something here? Is there a point where a video game has just gone too far? Or is there no going too far? Is it just anything goes? No matter what it is, anything goes, and it's all good. It's all good no matter what. No matter how bad, disgusting, horrible, violent, whatever it may be, is nothing should be off limits, because a video game just, or any art for that matter, just cannot go too far. So, can a video game go too far? Or is there just no such thing? But yeah, check that out. Let's check that out. There's a link to it. Be much appreciated if you guys gave that a look-see, gave that a listen, and dropped a comment or two. Maybe even share it, you know? We're getting close to being able to apply for monetization. Oh, nice. Yeah, monetization is like YouTube's best thing and also YouTube's worst thing. It is the best thing that happened to YouTube and simultaneously the worst thing that happened to YouTube. But hey, it's here, so use it to the best of your advantage. If to the best of your ability, once you get that. So what do you need? I mean, you've got over 1,000 subscribers on your channel. So I guess it's the, was it the time? Is that right? The watch hours? Is it the watch hours that you need, Al? And if so, how far off are you? Boom, 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 boom. Watch time I need 999 more watch hours. Okay, just about 1,000 hours off. How? Because it's 4,000 within the year, right? So how much more time do you have to get those hours in before it starts again, or before it? Because like it's 4,000 hours within the last 12 months. Do you know how long you've got to get the remaining 999 before it starts? Before that 12 months is up? I'm just saying, because if you've got some time before it's up, then yeah, maybe we could see if we could give it a little boost. I mean, I can't promise nothing. But you know, maybe we could see if we could, like, you know, try and put some eyes on it or something. If it's like tomorrow, then say, yeah, maybe not. Also, speaking of videos, my movie channel, Haze's Movie Room, where I spend a lot of time taking a piss out of movies. I'm working on a video for Star Wars Episode 3. I'm editing it well, not editing it right now, but I'm in the process of editing it. I think about halfway through, or about halfway through, adding like images and videos and things like that to the. I've already recorded and edited the audio, so I'm just like adding the images and that kind of thing. And I think about halfway through, just about maybe a little less than halfway through. Anyway, but yeah, hopefully I'll be done with that this week or maybe next week, and I'll be uploading that once it's ready. That's the plan, God willing. But yeah, make sure you check that out. That's Haze's Movie Room, and if you haven't already, maybe just check out the channel. Just check out the channel because I've got a bunch of stuff there right now. I got me a bunch of stuff on that channel right now that maybe you might find interesting. Maybe there's a movie that you've seen that you thought was great, and then I'm just going to take the piss out of it. Or maybe there's a movie that you thought was terrible, and I'm going to take the piss out of it. But as much as I take the piss out of movies, I still try to make some good points as well. So it's not just taking a piss for the sake of taking a piss. I do try to make some good points along the way. So yeah, check it out. So there's something that you like there. I've got some Star Wars stuff there. I've got RoboCop. I've got Fast and the Furious, Spider-Man. Got a bunch of stuff there. Check them out. Check them out. Be much appreciated. I'm not sure. I think it'll be near the end of August, I think. Okay, so about a month, possibly. About a month. All right. It's possible. It's possible to get 99 hours, 999 hours in a month. It's possible. I mean, dare say it could be difficult because, I mean, if you've got a month to go, because if it's taken, let's say, 12 months to get to 3,000 hours, to do 1,000 hours in a month, it's not impossible, but it can be. It's not impossible. It can be done, but yeah, I think it could be difficult. It's gonna be difficult, but I would say you would have to do something that brings in a lot more views than you typically get. In doing that, and this is where the danger is, like I was saying before, in doing that, you can get to the you could possibly get to the watch hours that you needed, but yeah, you can invite. If you do something that that's going to get a lot more views than you typically get, that means you're going to be doing something very different to your normal content. All right, very different to your normal content. And once you do that, and it brings in those views, you gotta be. It's that same thing about creating expectations, right? You gotta be careful about creating expectations. So I'm not telling you what to do. You do what you feel is best. I'm just imparting some things that I happen to be aware of because I've been in that path before. So I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying be aware of it. That if you're gonna do something that you don't normally do to get the views that you don't normally get, it could be done, but you're going to have a lot of people with a different level of expectation of your content than you would normally be putting out, and that could bring its own issues. Let's check this poll. I think the poll's had enough time now, and I might forget if I leave it longer. So I'm going to end this poll. See what we got to. The question was, would you rather drink someone else's piss or someone else's urine? And 100% of you would rather piss, or someone else's piss, someone else's blood rather. And 100% of you would rather drink someone else's blood. Oh, piss! I can't even read. 100% of you would rather drink someone else's piss than someone else's blood. And you know what? I get it. I get it. Like I said before, like blood is, it's not going to smell as bad, and it sounds like a safer option. But the reality is that it probably isn't. If you don't, unless you know for sure, which you won't, right? It's probably, it could very well have all kinds of diseases that you won't even know It could have all kinds of impurities in there. It could do all kinds of madness and you would not know from the smell. You would not know from the taste. You just be drinking someone else's blood. And it's literally like Russian roulette at that point. You just don't know what you're putting inside you. Whereas piss, it might stink. It might taste disgusting. I mean, I wouldn't know, but it probably tastes disgusting. You can't catch diseases from piss. At least I don't think you can. I don't think you can. Let me double check that before I say that again. Let me double check. Can you catch a disease from drinking piss? Can you catch a disease from drinking pee? No. See, there you go. Right, top result. No. There are no transferable diseases from urine between one human to another. However, you can catch a disease from drinking rat urine. Okay, we're not talking about rat urine. We're not talking about rat urine. We're talking about human urine. Human urine left unflushed in a toilet room can sting and burn the eyes. It will burn skin too if one isn't careful on cleaning practices. Yeah, we won't talk about drinking from the toilet either, so we're fine. But yeah, so it might stink or whatever, but you can't catch diseases from drinking piss. So it might sound disgusting. It's probably the safer option. I do think it would be a whole lot better to not do either of those things. Well, sure, yeah, I mean, if the third option was neither, then yeah. But you weren't given that option. You had to pick one. Piss or blood. And piss is probably the better one to go with. At least it's a safer one to go with, at least. And if you want to chance it, for the sake of avoiding that smell, and that taste, hey, it's a risk, man. It's a risk. I just put, can you catch a disease from drinking blood? Top answer, yes. And it's a thick yes as well. Drinking blood could increase the risk of a particular medical conditions, bloodborne illnesses, as with raw meat. Blood can contain harmful bacteria and pathogens that can cause food poisoning and pass on diseases such as hepatitis B, hepatitis C, norovirus, or HIV. And the main risks associated with drinking and throwing up blood are damage to the liver and alcohol-related liver disease, which are prevalent among regular drinkers. Yeah, so it's much more riskier to drink blood. But there you have it, folks. You guys made a smart choice. And with that, I do believe it is time to start wrapping down, or wrapping up, or winding up, winding down and wrapping up. There we go. Winding down and wrapping up. We've been streaming for over 3 hours, nearly 3 hours, 3.5 hours. So it's been a while. And we've had a good stream, had some fun. We watched The Craft, which was a cool film. Talked about that. Talked about some other stuff as well. Talked about drinking piss and blood, because this is the village where. Oh, speaking of blood, damn. Look at that. I don't know if you can see the blood, but yeah, it's popping out my head. Ooh. I won't drink that though. I won't drink that. But yeah, that's time to start winding down. So yeah, I hope we'll be streaming this Thursday, doing a game stream this Thursday, and then if I get the chance, I might try and see if I could do another impromptu live stream from the car, and then maybe post a video or two as well during the week if I get time to as well. But yeah, I think that's going to be all for now. So guys, you have been awesome as always. I appreciate you and all that you do. Thanks for keeping me company. Thanks for keeping it lively. The village is strong because you make it strong. We're only going to get stronger. So until whenever, if ever, let me find the right button. Peace.